was going to ask you, do you believe then?
Yeah.
Because the question I asked you was, you said it was my natural urge to be a homosexual.
I do believe that.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't.
No. Go
but
for
what
it.
I'm saying is, my question is very straightforward.
Yeah.
Do you believe that every natural biological urge that you have, you should be able to enact?
Well, most of them, because you have an urge to eat, to sleep. So most of them, yes, I would agree with that.
All right.
What about you?
Not all of them. Yeah,
What about
I wouldn't
you?
say all of them.
Well, which ones would you not say?
Okay, so that goes back to my morality. The ones which have been
Did you get your morality from your own life experience, or did you get it from a book?
in the book.
Well, I think that you have to get it from life,
Okay, why do you have to get it from life?
because that's what all you've got to go on.
Okay, can I
You've
ask
got
you-
to go. You can have guidance.
What's your name
But
again?
if you don't develop it through your own experiences and your own vision and your own past lives and everything else,
Past lives.
what's the point of it?
What's your
You
name?
know, you have to have it. I'm not going on camera telling my name.
Okay, fine. Okay, fair enough. I apologize.
You can call me what you like.
I'll call you John, yeah?
There you go.
Say
Yeah.
someone had an
Wished
urge.
it would be.
Say someone had an urge
Yeah.
to be incestuous.
Right.
In your conceptual.
Incestuous.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they'd have to check themselves and find out. In my belief, they'd have to check themselves if they could stop their urges and really truly find out where that came from, because it often comes from them having incestual stuff happening in their past. So
Yeah.
that's where it often
So
comes.
would you
So
say-
you're saying that because I'm homosexual, that I've had some homosexual thing happen to me in the past, so that blah blah blah. There's a lot of different reasons why people are
I'm
homosexual.
not asking that. Let me just ask you a question, right?
Yeah, go on.
If someone had a genetic urge,
Yeah.
to be incestuous,
Yeah.
should they be allowed to enact that?
Well, that's not for me to decide. That's for them to decide.
Okay.
It's not for you to decide or me. No, it's not for me to do anything. That's for them to sort it out.
So a mother
Not for
and
me.
A mother and a son in a
Yeah,
relationship.
that's none of my business. I don't know them.
Yeah.
They're not in my house. If there's a crime going on, if someone's been broken the law of the land, then obviously it's a
So
crime.
that's a crime in this country anyway.
Well, it is, yes.
Yeah, so
So
incest
it's
is-
not
incest is
allowed.
illegal, isn't it?
So you'd get, you get the police involved, which is probably, if it's not allowed to happen, it's probably right.
Okay, so you're saying you shouldn't be allowed to have it because of the law.
Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm just pointing out that the law says that it's illegal.
Okay, so the law says it's illegal.
Yeah.
So a mother and a son relationship shouldn't happen.
According to the law.
Okay.
According to the law.
So if you go to a country where homosexuality is illegal, should you still be able to enact homosexuality?
Well, I don't know.
So if you go to
But
Senegal,
I severely disagree with you linking homosexuality with incest.
Why?
It's the same thing.
Why?
Why can't I link? Okay, say for example, I'm linking heterosexuality with incest,
Okay.
and I make a point, and I link them. I link them all the time.
Okay.
Like incest and paedophilia, and I'm linking it with homosexuality and dumping all in
paedophilia
the
is a
same
different-
carrier bag and constantly linking them up. They're not connected because it's adult consensual sex.
Okay, hold on.
It's not going generational,
I'm
intergenerational
not
sex.
talking about. I'm talking
You are. You're talking incest.
incest. Okay, so what about brother
That's
and sister?
intergenerational
What
sex.
brother and sister?
Well, I don't know. That's to do with them, isn't it?
Well, you just said don't
Depending on
link
what age they are.
it. Okay, so if there's a brother and a sister,
Yeah.
or two sisters, or two brothers want to have sexual intercourse with each other.
Yeah, I think gentlemen.
And they're
I think
wearing
gentlemen. I think gentlemen. You better come to the nitty-gritty nub of your point and ask me it now.
Okay, my point is this, right? You said don't compare. You shouldn't be making comparisons between incest and homosexuality.
No, I know. I said I was really upset with the fact that it's constantly being linked with illegal sexual activity. Homosexuality is constantly being linked with illegal sexual activity, incest, paedophilia, etc. That's what I said.
Okay.
I was annoyed with
So
that.
if you go to
Something
another
that you were
country-
doing.
In that case, if you go to another country where homosexuality is banned, would you be upset in the same way if someone if you are not allowed to?
I
enact
don't know because I've
homosexuality?
never been to one of those countries, and I don't think I would.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, if any homosexual, forget about you, if any homosexual went to Nigeria or any other country where homosexuality is banned, should they or should they not be allowed to enact their homosexuality?
Well, I think it depends on them if they choose to or not.
Okay, so what you're saying here is, for homosexuals, you're saying they have a decision to make, whether they want to or they don't want to.
That's right.
Whereas for
Because it's
people
consensual adult sex, not intergenerational or underage sex.
brother and sister,
Underage sex.
they're both 25.
Incestual underage sex. All right,
underage.
all right. Then within the same family or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
It's not.
So if you got
Is
two
that illegal though?
Where?
Between brother and sister.
In this country?
Yes.
I think it is illegal.
And is it illegal in your country?
Well, this is
Where
my
is
country.
okay? All right then. In other countries, all right then. In our country, it's illegal in our country.
Why
Is
did you
it?
assume that we're not from the same
Well,
country?
I did assume
I was, born
that.
in St. I was born in St. Mary's Hospital, you know?
Okay, cool. You're probably more London than I am. Okay, in a non-Muslim, in a Muslim country.
Depends on which country you talk about. There's many of them. Dubai, UAE, I think homosexuals can probably do a lot more than, let's say, Saudi Arabia.
Right.
So it's kind of like, do you know, I come from
Well,
Egypt.
yeah, I think they should be.
I've seen homosexuals.
I think they should. I think people should be free to do what they feel like doing, as long as they're not hurting somebody else, and they're not.
Say that again, sorry.
I think people should be free to do what they want, as long as they're not hurting
okay,
or breaking the law.
I'm happy you said that.
Well,
Do you know why I'm
it's
happy
very
you said that?
confusing, but you're trying to box me into a situation, and I'm boxed around by people, and I'd like to sort of ask other people what they think about
No, that's fine.
homosexuality.
You can ask them.
What do you think? What do you think about homosexuality?
No comment.
No comment. What do you think about homosexuality?
I'm
Nothing.
gonna talk to this
What do you
man,
think?
no comment.
No comment. No comment. Take your receiver back and go and ask these people.
Why?
Because you've asked me for like the last
No,
20
but the thing
minutes.
is, here you
I've
should be
given
able
you
to
my
look.
opinion.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
You seem like a decent guy. Yeah. We're Muslims. This is Speaker's Corner.
Can you ask me the question?
No, allow me to elaborate on my point. My point is that people ask us questions all the time about Islam. People ask Jewish people questions all the time about Judaism, Christians all the time about Judaism, atheist people all the time about atheism. Everything should be able to be scrutinized and criticized,
That's right, yes.
including sexuality.
Yes.
And so it's not fair. I don't believe it's fair. If you want to say it's freedom of speech, for us to say, okay, we should have parameters of that freedom of speech. I'm saying that if you're a homosexual, just like I'm a Muslim and someone's a Christian, all of us should be able to have engaging conversation without getting angry and actually
You're allowed
rationalize
to get
it.
angry. There's nothing wrong with anger.
Okay.
If you get passionate, it's fine.
Okay, now let me ask you a question, direct question, right? My direct question to you, you just said, you can do whatever you want so long as you don't harm anyone else. That's the harm principle cited by J.S. Mill, yeah? On liberty in the 1800s.
I don't know what they've
Basically, I'm
I'm
telling you what this
talking
means.
for myself.
It's a libertarian principle that was come from a philosopher in the 1800s. I've got two questions to you. Number one, then if you really think about it, incest between brother and sister, yeah, where they're both consensual and overage, in your opinion, should not be illegal.
I didn't say that. It's not my opinion.
So what's your opinion?
You're putting your opinion in my mouth.
I'm asking, what is your opinion? Is incest between two consensual adults, brother and sister, that are both consented and wearing protection, so there's no deformed babies, is that legitimate? Is that morally acceptable, or is that morally unacceptable?
I think you'd have to ask those two themselves and their parents and the people in their vicinity. It's nothing to do with me. I don't have children of my own.
No, I'm asking you for your opinion, though.
My opinion?
Yeah.
I've given you my opinion.
So what's your opinion?
I think it's between those two.
But
those
why were
two
you so
people.
upset when we talked about the linkage between... What's the difference
no,
between
because-
incest and
no,
homosexuality then? Go ahead.
Because they often link homosexuality
Yeah,
with
incest.
things with either incest or paedophilia.
So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Because they're
Why'd you
constantly linking it.
So what's
in other
wrong with-
words, the mental link is made.
So what's
between-
wrong with
no,
that
you keep
link?
interrupting me.
Sorry, go ahead.
The mental link is made in people's minds that links homosexuality with paedophilia,
Yeah.
with incest, with
No,
all these
I'm
things.
not
that-
saying paedophilia, though. So
Well-
you can't strawman the argument. I'm just saying to you...
I'm telling you that's what happens in the public domain.
Okay, I'm doing it.
No, you're not.
I'm doing incest.
You tried to do it
I'm doing
slightly,
it with incest.
and I cut you off, and you didn't like
I'm
it.
doing it with incest and homosexuality. I'm saying to you,
Well, I
what
didn't want
is
to
the
get into an
difference?
argument with anybody.
If you use the liberal harm principle as a barometer, I'm asking you, what is the moral difference between homosexuality and a brother and a sister having sex with each other?
This is such a stupid discussion, and you're having such a stupid argument.
But you don't have any responses, do you?
I am having a response and telling you what you're trying to do is very, very twisted and stupid.
So why? Why is that?
I've told you already, and you didn't listen.
No, I
So,
didn't.
well, wind the tape back, mate.
But you didn't. But no, you're
Wind
not,
the tape
But
back.
can you see why you're not giving any answers?
I gave you the answer.
What's the answer? What's the difference between incest from a
It's
logical liberal?
obvious what the difference is.
What's the difference?
One is a man having sex with another man.
Okay.
One man having sex with another man,
Yeah.
and the other one is two people
So-
in the same family having sex
Why
with
is
each
one
other.
right and one wrong? Why?
Well, that depends on your point of view.
Now I'm asking
And
you.
your po-
You don't like the link. I'm asking you why you didn't like the link.
Because it's inferred that homosexuality is somehow not right. There's something not quite right about it. There's something a little bit suspect about
That's
it.
not my question.
Well, no, that's what you're inferring.
I'm
by
saying, what's the
linking them.
difference between incest and
Why
homosexuality?
are you asking the question?
Why not?
What, no, why not? Why are you asking that particular question?
I feel like it.
you should just feel what you do like. You do what
So
you
long
feel
as I'm
like.
not
do
harming
you?
anyone
It's now
else.
establishing his belief system.
No.
Oh, you see how he works. Do you know what I mean? He's trying to Paul with his religion, and then when it's turned around on him, he doesn't like it.
I'm not even talking about religion.
I was.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. It's neither here nor there.
Thank you.
So you couldn't see here. here is a good example of something which you couldn't just. You basically have lost the argument.
Well, that's in the opinion of the person who's listening to this, not you or me.
Okay, that's good.
Well, you have your opinion, I do, and everyone else is listening to this, and so is all the people that are going to watch this and listen to
logically,
it. They're free to make their own minds up and flush their own mobile phones down their own toilets and cut the control system and stop bullshitting around with these stupid religions you and allow you to be controlled en masse through different countries.
Okay, so
Stick that up your... Excuse me.
come on, it's kids.
Peace off. Peace off. Peace off. Peace off. Peace off.
Okay, so here, logically, you have nothing to satisfy yourself with.
Well, logically, it's only half the story, which is from this part of the brain. This part of the brain. The other part is the intuitive, the feminine, the sensual, the dancing, the sexual. The whole. Oh, you don't like that, do you? The feminine. Whoa.
Okay. I think
you're filming it. Did you get my permission? Did you get my permission? No.
All right. Listen. So
don't
here.
post it on Facebook.
All right. Anyways, so long as they're not harming anyone else, we can do what they want.
Really? Well, MI5 aren't harming anybody else, and when they put those fans on people's backs in Guantanamo Bay and played heavy metal to them, they weren't harming anybody, were they?
What's the difference between that? What's that got to do with anything?
Well, I'm talking your comments.
What's that got to do with anything?
Funny.
I don't understand what that's got to do with
Well,
our
of course
discussion.
you know. Won the take back.
All right. So do you have any answer here? Let me ask you one last time, and if you don't answer it,
Okay, go on.
then I think here we can all make our own.
Points. I don't give a shit.
No, it's
Go
fine.
on.
We can all make our own mind up on this, yeah? Because thank you for your response.
What's the difference between homosexuality and incest?
No, that's not my question. My question is, why is homosexuality, a man and another man having sexual intercourse, and the act of a man and a woman who happen to be brother and sister, yeah?
Yeah.
And they're consensual, yeah, drink that because
Well,
trust me, you're going to need to.
It's actually time. It's
All
time
right.
boiled up from
Okay,
throat.
so I'm asking you, what is the
Drink
difference?
what you like. It could be anything.
Okay, whatever that is. No, thanks. I don't drink alcohol.
It's not alcohol. Have a sniff.
No, I don't want it.
Sniff. It's
All
not
right,
alcohol.
okay, it doesn't smell like it. Anyways, I was.
Time water.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm sorry. I prejudged you there. I thought it was alcohol.
Oh no! It's okay.
Anyways, this is.
You can't swallow it once you've removed the
you're okay,
toxins from your throat. You can't swallow it.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
spit it out.
Yes. Fair enough.
worried about that,
Question. What makes homosexuality any more or less morally acceptable than a brother and a sister who are wearing, who take contraceptive tablets or whatever it is they do, wear protection, whatever it is? What makes one morally okay and the other one not morally
It
okay?
depends on your moral stance, isn't it? What you believe.
Okay, so you're saying it's not like that then?
For you.
So in other words,
what about for you?
yeah.
You
Okay,
think there's-
thank you. Yeah, you asked me a question. Let me answer you. So for us, it's very straightforward. Yeah, we say that on an objective level, it's impossible for us to prove morality. Yeah, unless you have an all-knowing entity which transmits the information to human beings, and we think that is actualized in the last and final revelation, which is the Quran. A Christian can say the same thing about the Bible.
What do you think?
The point is, no, I mean, you're asking me, let me answer you. So the answer is here.
All day then, mate. I know
It's
you're a
okay.
Sagittarian.
Let me answer you in this one word. We say homosexuality, or the act of a man having sexual intercourse with another man, is equivalent to basically a brother having sexual intercourse with a
Well, I
sister.
feel sorry for you then, mate.
Well, you have no reason to feel sorry for him because you have no counter argument. Why is it wrong?
I don't have to counter-argue with you.
Sorry, man, your society has brainwashed
you
you.
haven't tried yet, you
Your
might
society has
try,
brainwashed
you might like it,
So,
love.
no, trust me. Basically, what I'm saying to you is your society, because you're living in a present time in the 21st century.
I could say your religion's brainwashed you.
No, that's what you just said that. That's why I'm countering you
Well,
with
there you go
this
then.
point.
We're checkmate, aren't we?
So have you got any reason to believe that one is more superior or is superior than the other?
No, it's just your own personal one, isn't it?
All right, thank you very much. I think with that,
I think you're free to make your own decisions up in life. Please don't listen to anybody above you and don't follow nobody.
thank you very much.